Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for spending some time with me, and let's dive into a couple jig skirts that I think are very important and they could really help you out on a lot of different fisheries. So green pumpkin trailer on a black and blue jig, that's a staple. If you see this, you've got a great contrast in colors. This is a very natural look, but also a very bold look. You can catch fish on any type of watercolor. If it's stained where you have very little visibility, or it's stained where you have a lot of visibility, crystal clear to muddy, this is a great color because it's, one, they can see it. It's still natural. It's not too off the cuff when it comes to these colors. Blue, most all forages have some type of blue in them. Black, one of the most natural colors, and green, one of the other most natural colors. So this is one of those staples. Pretty much everywhere I've ever been, you can catch fish on this. Now, there are some other really good colors that I think don't get thrown a whole lot, and that's what I want to give you guys today. So let's start with any lake that kind of has that dirtier look to it. It's not the tanic color, but it's just dirty. A foot of visibility. I don't know what to really call the water. It kind of has a chalky, maybe like a fairly milky look to it. Something dark like this. This is green pumpkin with strands of black in it and strands of brown in it. Now, this is a dark green pumpkin, and I love this color because it's natural. They're gonna bite it on really sunny days. This is my favorite color to throw on any shallow fisheries that you just don't have a big population of fish that live out deep. In those real dirty lakes, they just don't really get out there good. Most of those fish live shallow, and this is a really good color. Again, I can catch fish on this color every day, no matter what the conditions are, and it's just a really natural look for them, and it's still dark enough that it's gonna show up in that dirtier water. Now, when we get into the tanic colored water, that is your light, kind of a weak tea stain color. There's a lot more visibility in that water than I think a lot of people think. So I still like to use a natural color most of the time. And I know what you're probably thinking, is that the same color you just showed me? But this is a little bit different, pretty much by the sparkles of red in it. So this is California 420, but anytime you get in that tanic colored water, pretty much any water that has stain in it, I really like red fleck. If it's a watermelon, red fluke, a June bug, red speedworm, some kind of red fleck just really pops in tanic colored water. Now, stained greenish tinted water, also red is a killer color. So this will also work on your greenish tinted color lakes. Most of the Tennessee River has that color. And this is, again, California 420. It's just green pumpkin black, but it's got that red fleck in it. And red really pops out on any type of stained lake, if it's tanic or that green color. Now, we'll kind of dive into the more green colored lakes. Blue. Blue is just one of those colors that just really pops. And I like green pumpkin red, watermelon red, anything, with that type of hue in the greenish color water, but blue is a killer there too. So these skirts I'm showing you, great swim jig skirts, great football jig skirts, great flipping jig skirts. My swim jig color's a little bit different, but any kind of jig that I'm gonna be fishing slow where I know those fish are gonna get a good look at it, these are my colors. So let's dive into the more clear Highland Reservoir lakes. Now, there's all different color water on those lakes. If you went way up the river, you're gonna see some dirtier stained water. If you go way down by the dam, it's going to be crystal clear. Now, this is a great in-between. Now, this is a lighter green pumpkin, more of a translucent green pumpkin with a little bit of orange, a little bit of chartreuse. Chartreuse and orange, typically not clear water colors, but you got to imagine that whatever the brim are doing, whatever the crawfish are doing, they're going to have some different contrasting colors in there. So I really like that orange and chartreuse. Just gives that bait a little bit of pop in that clear water. That's my favorite Highland Reservoir, and I don't think fish see that a whole lot. That lighter, more natural looking green pumpkin with orange and chartreuse. Now, there are colors that are going to work everywhere, like I was talking about earlier with the black and blue skirt with the green pumpkin trailer. Now, a green pumpkin trailer is going to work on pretty much all of these skirts as well. You can play with some different colors. I typically don't get real crazy with my trailer colors unless I'm in really muddy water. Then it's always going to be this sapphire blue on some type of black and blue jig when I get in real muddy water. But this isn't the most natural. This is just so the fish can see it. One other staple color that I've seen work really everywhere, Florida, tanic colored lakes, here on Guntersville, greenish Tennessee River colored water, and pretty much everything in between is watermelon candy. That's one of those colors that bass just love. You know, I think green pumpkin blue falls into that as well. Bass just love that color. It works everywhere, and watermelon candy is the same. It just really shines in the tanic colored water, the green colored water, even in some dirty waters and clear waters. So watermelon candy, a really awesome color as well. That's something that I always keep. So those are my skirts. I try to keep this very simple, but I also want them to be very natural. I really do want to match the hatch and give those fish what they want. So you really do have to kind of get specific sometimes, but again, I've got it narrowed down to about 5 or 6 skirts. So thanks for watching, guys. Try those skirt colors if you haven't. They really do catch fish, and good luck to you. I'll see you on the water.